Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Killer Knives. I wanted to do a quick video with you guys about my 5 favorite knives currently. And I am basing this off of carry time in my pocket. And then I'll just go over each knife, why I carry it so often, why I started this channel, and like just a little bit about me. So you can see I have 8 knives here on the table, and I just wanted to make a couple honorable mentions. As a knife enthusiast, it's very, very hard to just pick favorite knives because, at least in my world of knife hobbying, if that is a word, I buy every knife because I feel like I'm gonna appreciate it and I'm gonna love it. And I'm not trying to insinuate I love them all equally, but I'm not making purchases on a whim or just buying something because I think it's cute or cool or tactical. I buy it because I do a lot of research into what I'm gonna purchase, and I think about many, many levels of things, such as, will it be great in my pocket, especially in like a self-defense situation? And that's originally why I started buying knives, other than being a chef for 17 years. I was living in a pretty bad neighborhood for a little while, and I started to feel a little unsafe. So I was like, I've been working so much and I've always loved knives. Let me pick up a knife so I can feel safer walking down the street. Because ultimately, I am not, somebody who works in a warehouse or somebody who works at a lumber yard or anything like that. I'm essentially using my knives for pretty basic tasks, and most of my purchases are in prerequisite to possibly having to defend myself, and then also the factor of like the coolness factor, how beautiful it is, if it's very artistic, if it's very well made. And I think that I've really grown when it comes to what I like, from like a year and a half ago to now, because I'm really starting to appreciate things in a different light. So knives are expensive and they're an investment, and I think that it's an expensive hobby to have, but it really does bring me joy and happiness. So I just want to start out, I'll eliminate the 3 honorable mentions, and then I'll get into the 5 knives I truly enjoy. I'll go over it a little bit, why they're in my pocket so much. So first honorable mention will be the Hinderer. I believe it's a XM18 Slippy, and it is, I really don't remember the name of the wood. I think it's oak. No, it's walnut. It's definitely walnut. Brass hardware, and then green anodized titanium liners, and pocket clip. Tab filler is also anodized green. So also he has what's called parkerized blade on this. And I'm not really sure what that means. I think that is a old-fashioned way of, I don't know why this isn't focusing here. There we go. It's an old-fashioned way of protecting the steel, and I'm not really sure of the process of parkerizing, but it is very nice. And I haven't sharpened it yet, but I feel like it's less coated than like a DLC or a PVD, so that's nice. And it's 012 steel, '01 tool steel, and I bought this because it's kind of old-fashioned. It's a slip joint, and I thought, you know, this would be not only a nice knife for me, but a nice knife for my son when he grows up. And it's old school, so you gotta appreciate that. And Rick Hinderer making beautiful, beautiful designs. I think this is something to cherish and appreciate for a lifetime, and hopefully another one. And just quick mention, this knife is razor sharp. I've used it to shave my face before, so having some focusing issues today, apparently. There you go. Beautiful. Demko 8020. Amazing, beautiful knife. It has seen a little bit of pocket time. This is the honorable mention mainly because I don't carry it that much, but this is a knife I truly love and appreciate. And I think that it's quite spectacular. The design, everything about it, the way it works, the shark lock, the grind, how sharp it is, the fit and finish, the feel in the hand, all really amazing. I just don't carry it that much because it's really, really expensive, and I've definitely used it, but I just don't want to destroy it. It's something that's kind of like my safe clean. I want to appreciate it and just keep it looking shiny and new. All right. This knife has seen tons and tons of pocket time. I don't want to say, it's really hard, like I said, to pick a top 5 favorite, and I have plenty more knives that aren't on here. So this knife, tons of pocket time. Definitely done a lot with it. It's not scratched or anything because, like I said, I'm not doing hard use with these knives. I'm not out in the woods. I live in New York City, so I'm definitely not like banging these knives up all over the place. The most I do is like break down some cardboard or you know, cut through some random stuff that gets in my way in the day in the house or something along those lines. But this knife is really, really great. Amazing ergonomics. Definitely, I think this is one of my first purchases because when I started watching knife videos, I saw people talking about this knife, and I was like, I gotta get that. I have to have it. And it's been great. The pocket clip is a little tight, and I don't know what's going on with my camera today. Doesn't want to focus, but great knife. Anyways, top 5. So I'm gonna remove these, and then we'll go from 5 to 1. Well, number 5 is gonna be the Formax Scout. Tough to open it on the camera, but actually extremely easy to open. I was always into the Formax, and for a long time I was like, I'm not buying a knife that's over 200 bucks, maybe 150 bucks. And when this knife came out, I was super excited about it because the Formax is like a $400 to $500 knife at this point. I'm sure you could find it on the aftermarket for like $200-300 bucks. I don't really know. I've never looked for it. There's a lot of mixed reviews on the real Formax. But as far as this knife goes, made in Taiwan, out of AUS 10A. It's been extremely dependable, and I like how huge it is, and just like getting back into why I got into knives. Like I said, you know, you pull this out of your pocket in a self-defense situation. You got 4 inches of blade, I think it's like 5.5 inches a handle or 6 inches. It's nice, like I think it's 10 inches overall. It's daunting and it's strong. I think Cold Steel did a lock test, definitely on the regular Formax. I don't know if this is just as strong as the regular Formax. I would assume it's very close, but this the Formax I believe held like close to 800-900 pounds on the lock. So this is almost like a folding fixed blade in your pocket, and that's why it's always spent some time in my pocket since I purchased it, which was probably about 6 or 7 months ago, maybe longer. I'm not sure when this came out, maybe 10 months ago. But overall, the feel of it is nice. I mean, the handle is, it's plastic. It's a little, it's cheap. I paid $80 for this brand new, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, I know if I had to use this in a survival situation or to hack something up or destroy it, I'm not going to feel that bad, and it's not going to really break. It's a Cold Steel. I know some people aren't Cold Steel fanboys. I actually am, and hopefully I will stay one. I know they sold the company, but it seems like I believe it was Gerber that bought them. I could be wrong about that. I know it's a company out in Texas. I'm probably wrong. But anyways, it seems like they're trying to do right by the company and just kind of like expand and exemplify and fortify the brand name, which is great. So hopefully Cold Steel stays true to its name, true to the triad lock, and keeps making big giant folders at a reasonable price that everybody can enjoy. This is definitely an enjoyable thing to pull out of your pocket. All right, that's number 5. All right, we're gonna get to number 4, which is another knife that surprisingly has spent tons of time in my pocket, and that's the Tylite 6-inch version. It's the aluminum version. It's S35VN. It snaps open like a dream. This knife is, like I said, why I got into knives, particularly during the pandemic, is just self-defense. And that knife is very large, even compared to the Formax, so you can see. But it's very comfortable to keep in the pocket. Most of the time, I don't know, I'm a bigger guy. I know I've said that in the past on other videos. I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers right now. Thank you for subscribing to my channel early on. That means a lot to me. You guys are going to make it happen. I'm trying to build this channel, and I've made a couple purchases that you guys will see in the future coming up to make the channel a little more professional. But moving on, we'll touch base on that a little at the end of the video if you guys want to stick around. If not, that's cool too. Thank you for watching. And this Tylite, it is, I believe that would be a subframe lock or a liner lock. I'm not sure which one. I think they made it like a liner lock, so it just is larger than the liner, so it's like a little stronger. And I know they've tested this knife also to be pretty damn strong. Great knife. It has this wave opener that comes out of your pocket too. You can actually front flip it if you really want to, which I don't. It opens very easily. The blade is light. The handle's a little heavier, so it just really pops open. It's only one-sided thumb stud. The centering on the knife has always been a little off, but it's a huge knife, and I think this knife cost me like $120. S35 VN from Cold Steel. Can't complain. nothing to complain about. And you can see pocket time is it's definitely been in and out of the pocket a lot, and it's fun to play with because it's just a ginormous knife. All right, moving on. Number 3 is going to be the Praetorian tie. And I know like a lot of my videos have included some similar knives as of right now. A lot of them for like size comparison, but this knife, I love it. And like I said, the lock stick completely went away. You can see that. Pop it right open, no lock stick, nothing. It's really amazing. So if you want to see my review on this, it just came out. It had really bad lock stick for a few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Not at all anymore. So I guess these knives really do break in. And I love this knife. It's beautiful. It's a piece of art. It is like an inch thick at the clip here, which for me is comfortable. This knife really fits my hand very well. I'm not a dainty guy with dainty hands. And I'm not judging anybody. If you have smaller hands, you know, use what God gave you. I get it. But for me, this knife fits my hand great. It's really not any hot spots. This knife is just a piece of work, a piece of art. Beautiful, just a thick, chunky boy. And that's what I love about it. And like I said, no lock stick at all, nothing. Oh, gotta be happy about that. This knife cost about $1,300, and I didn't really buy it to be a user, but I'm never buying a knife to not use, other than the Demco. I bought it because I was like, I gotta get my hands on that, you know. No offense, but it's just very hard to get. And you can get a Praetorian tie. I'm not trying to compare either one and say one is better than the other. They're extremely different knives, and this is much more expensive, but I would use this way before I would use the Demco, just because many factors. You know, it doesn't have a silver blade. It's 3V. It's I think a better working steel than 20CV. They're both great, but this it's like a small folding axe. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna, I mean, it sounds a little uppity, but you know, a knife is a knife. I bought it to cut things if I need to cut things when it's in my pocket. I'm not gonna not cut something that needs to be cut if I'm carrying this on a particular day. I'm definitely going to use it, and I'm not going to save it. It's there to be used. Same thing with the Demco. I just don't carry it that much because I leave it at home. All right, that was number 3. Number 2 favorite knife is Andre de Villiers Alpha Flipper. And to call this a flipper is, just to say the least, a little vague, because you can pretty much open this knife any way you would ever want to. There's no way that you cannot open it. It pops open, it's a button lock, so those of you who are familiar with button locks, you know the versatility of a button lock. As far as opening and closing, it just drops shut. Boom. Spidey flick it. Flip it. You can pop it open. This is truly a fun, fidgety knife. The button lock also has an extra lock mechanism, so you could lock it closed, or you can lock it open. And I've used this knife. It's a very good knife. And I think amongst all the knives I own, the going price for this knife, which is titanium and marbled carbon fiber, and it's beautiful, just beautiful work. I mean, seriously, unbelievable. Great knife, S35EN. It was $460. It's pretty light. I'll be buying I have bought a scale. It's coming next week, so I can be a little more in depth with you guys on reviews and show you exactly how much everything weighs, because I don't remember everything off the top of my head. I'm getting older. But this knife is just so fidgety, man. You really can't go wrong with it. It's so fun to have. I love it. It's truly impressive, honestly. Nice blade stock. The clip is also, you can see, it has a point on it, so it goes really easily in and out of your pocket. It actually, the clip actually has like a little roller here underneath. You can see that. It goes in and out of the pocket, smooth as silk. There's nothing to complain about this knife. This knife is perfect. Every part of it. I have no complaints. The blade is sharp. I mean, I never really thought I would buy a knife with a recurve, but I did, and I don't know how I'm gonna sharpen it. I'm sure I'll figure it out when I get there. But in general, I'm also very good at sharpening knives. Just FYI, guys, I haven't sharpened this or any of my pocket knives yet because they're just not really beating into them. And like I said, I've been using this. So. Great knife. Really, really amazing piece of art. And usable. Spends a lot of time in my pocket. And finally, you guys know, Strider AR 3/4. This knife is just something I've truly fell in love with. It's just always in my pocket every time I go outside. Always have it there. But beyond all of that, just the overall fit, finish, the design, the way it fits my hand, it's truly impeccable. I can't say enough about this. If you guys love knives as much as I do or more, I cannot recommend this knife enough. I cannot imagine anybody putting this in their hand and saying, I don't love this knife. It just feels great. The weight on it is nice. The tolerances are ridiculous. The clip, very usable clip, folded, attractive piece of titanium. Some people don't like a silver clip. Some people might not like this clip at all. They might say, oh, that looks cheap on a, $500-600 knife. That looks cheap. Oh, you're entitled to that. This knife is like a razor blade. I was cutting boxes with it yesterday. Just goes right through them. No problem. Very easy. S90V, bronze anodized titanium. It's PVD coated. Just gorgeous. I love it. And we'll just close up with a little, I'm gonna just talk to you guys really quickly that I do have a lot of unboxings coming. I've ordered a lot of knives. I've been a naughty boy. My wife hopefully won't murder me. Hopefully I can make another video and she will be okay with that. I think she will be. She loves me. Support each other. But yeah, I made a couple purchases for the channel and I'm excited about them. I'm excited to show them to you guys. I know that a couple are coming today, later in the day. So I'm going to share all my excitement and joy with you as I open two of them. I have another knife coming this weekend, and I'm really trying to make this channel grow. So if you guys don't mind, hit the subscribe button. Stay in tune for reviews, unboxings, just whatever, you know. Shoot me a comment down below if you want to see something else. And I want to talk, you know, I want to talk about the industry. I want to talk about where it's going, and I want to talk about, you know, prices and usability on knives, because I think that's where everybody's mindset is. You know, a lot of people don't want to just buy a knife and look at it. They want to say, hey, I bought a knife, it was affordable, I can use it. And I get that that's really important to people. So I'm just not the guy that's going to buy a D2 Civivi for 70 bucks, you know? So I'm definitely going to be sharing a lot more higher end knives with you guys, mid-range to higher end, possibly more customs in the future. I'm probably never going to be reviewing, you know, a sub $100 knife other than this the 4MAX Scout or like the SR1 Lite, you know. It's just not really gonna happen. It's not for me. So if you guys are into that, if you're into bigger knives, overbuilt knives, more expensive knives, artsy knives, and I'm not going like William Henry artsy, that's another thing, you know. Maybe I'll get a William Henry one day, but that's not really my thing. But once again, guys, those are the knives I carry the most. I love all my knives. I have plenty more knives. But my top 5 are here. Honorable mentions. And I will have more videos coming out this week as well as next week with unboxings and upgrades to the channel. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.